Good day, everybody. Welcome to Healthy Lifestyle. I'm Delightsome Oluwateniola. Today, I'm going to be talking to us about some important things. But before we go on, do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. So today, we're going to be talking about our health and something very important that we all love eating that is really giving us stress unknowingly and gradually. That is instant noodles. Instant noodles can be very delicious and very, very nice to the taste bud. However, it is not very healthy to the body. The body does not really like it. What do I mean? Instant noodles has a high level of monosodium glutamate, which is very detrimental to our health. I remember the last time we talked about monosodium glutamate, we said that monosodium glutamate is a slow killer and it causes a lot of things and causes a lot of damage to our body by bursting the brain cells. First, after bursting the brain cells, the whole body starts collapsing gradually. So imagine you are now eating something that has a high load of monosodium glutamate. And it's not only instant noodles that have high load of glutamate. There are so many other snack that we give our children to eat that is very, very high in monosodium glutamate. For instance, one of my children someone gave him actually a snack and they call it potato chips. And then because my children are so fond of checking the contents, the ingredients before they eat, they're like, Mom, see, they call this thing potato chips. And potato is the least quantity in it. Every other thing that is inside is chemical. So he now decided to light it, set it on fire, just one stick, and then the way it just, exploded, and we're like, wow. And this is what people eat. And then he went to throw it away and say, Mom, I'm not eating this. But most of the time, we ourselves, we are the one giving our children these things. The last time I went to the hospital, I saw a 10-year-old child that has diabetes and high blood pressure. And then he's obese also. And I'm like, what is going on? These are children. For a while now, I've been preaching this. And some people have been listening to it, and I'm happy. Because the last time we talked, that was in 2020, we said the life expectancy for Nigeria is 52. Now it has increased to 55.02. It can be better. And how can it be better when we eat healthy? The monosodium glutamate that we are talking about that is inside instant noodles, do you know that it can cause miscarriage in women? And it can cause hormonal imbalance in both male and female. Giving birth, some people are barren and everything. It's a lie. They're not barren. Actually, it's what we eat that causes a lot of problems for us. If you have vision, men of vision don't eat anyhow. We don't really eat rubbish. Men of vision eat healthy. They eat healthy meals because their health is so important to them. Their health is very important to them. Instant noodles not only cause miscarriage in women, it also causes disorder, metabolic disorder, it causes diabetes, it causes high blood pressure, and all other heart diseases. Just imagine all the things that monosodium glutamate causes. Instant noodles causes that and more. Simply because it has not only monosodium glutamate inside, but it has some other ingredients inside that is very, very detrimental to our health. Eating instant noodle, because it is heavily processed, that is why it's giving us stress. Our body makeup is not meant for heavily processed food. When God created us, He created us in His own image and after His likeness. Because He knows who He is and what He is. That's why He told us, eat vegetables. Then later, people have been saying that, God did not tell us to eat vegetables. I said, go and read Genesis. I'm a Christian. Even as a Muslim, you read your Quran and you read the beginning of creation. You'll find out that at the beginning, God said we should eat fruits and vegetables. Noah had the flood. After the flood, there was no food to eat, that he now started giving us some specific animals to eat. And even the animals that he said we should eat, some of the ones that he says we should not eat are what we are eating right now. And it is really giving us stress. In order to remove all the stress out of our life, the best thing is for us to eat healthy. And eating healthy meals every day can help us to build a strong and healthy immune system that can fight against any disease. Yes, we said there is COVID, but do you know that there is still COVID right now? And most people are not getting it anymore because we have found solutions to it. And the food we eat can even build our immune system so strong that we can fight against diseases and ill health, such that we won't fall sick anyhow. Another thing that can cause ill health for us is red meat. And a lot of us love it, especially those in the south. They love it. The Yorubas, they love meat. Especially that red meat. They will roast it, they will do everything to it and eat it. And you know that when you introduce meat to fire, it brings out some toxic chemicals that is detrimental to our health, such that at the end of the day, when we eat it, we start falling ill. A whole lot of things like that. At times people look at me and say, oh, you don't eat everything, you react to everything. The truth is, I don't eat everything. Though I react to some things, but it's not everything I react to. I don't react to fresh foods. When you eat healthy meals, you eat hot food, it doesn't take time to prepare healthy meals. People say, oh, before you will cut this, before you will do that, before the food will get ready. The truth is, when you want to eat vegetable, you don't need to cook it for so long. Vegetable does not need up to 5 minutes to cook on the fire. Our pepper, most of the time we overcook it, and at the end of the day, all the nutrients in it are dead. Everything is gone because we have overcooked our peppers. Tomato is very healthy. However, once it is overcooked, it's no more healthy. Carrot is healthy. You can eat it like that. And we can put it in our food, our rice, our other things, like make salad. People are like, oh, it's very difficult and it's expensive to make salad. But the truth is, it's not expensive. Okay, if you say it's expensive to make salad, it's expensive to eat fruits, it's expensive to eat vegetables, it's expensive to eat healthy, then be eating unhealthy, and then let's see whether it's not expensive to go to the hospital. I believe if you are healthy, you don't need to go to the hospital all the time. You don't need to visit the doctors all the time. For instance, for a while now, there was a time I fell ill, and they said I had an infection on my leg, and I didn't know how it come there because I eat healthy and I do all stuff, and later I found out that it was an injury that I had. After the infection was removed and they gave me drugs, it was fruits and vegetables that I was taking. By the time they did the surgery and then they were cleaning it, one nurse told me, says, I've never seen a wound as clean as this. Now, what are you doing? I just smiled and told her, I eat healthy. So it has to, or anything that happens to me has to heal from inside. So when you are seeing it, you are not seeing any dirty wound. So she was like, wow, I wish everybody's like this. The truth is, we can eat healthy. It's easy to eat healthy. There are a lot of things that we eat that are not healthy for our body. For instance, we take polished flour. Polished flour is very, very bad and causes a lot of problems for us, but we don't know. And because we don't know, we continue to take it. And the more we take it, we have one ailment or the other, and we have to be visiting the hospital all the time. There's some diseases that we ought not to have if we are taking healthy meals. I believe this little point that I've raised today will make us to understand that we need to eat healthy. We don't need to live an unhealthy life. We want a healthy nation. If our children are dying young, who will lead our nation in the nearest future? Most of the time where people are talking about election and everything, that is only the adults that are there, elderly people, people that are ready to die. But the truth is, the people that are not ready to die, are they ready to live healthy? If we keep eating unhealthy meals, how do we expect to live long? How do we expect our brains to function properly? Because the food we eat determines how our brain functions. So many children that we feel that are dullard today, change their diet, and you find out that they are not dullards. And you realize that they can live a healthy life. And I know that everybody can live a healthy life. I believe in the next 2-3 years, our life expectancy as Nigerians should be about 70 years. Then I'll be glad. Because I know that there are lots of food that we are eating. All this heavily chemical food. I'm not condemning any company now. But I'm advising every company, all brands of instant noodles, of flour, of so many other snack that we take that is not healthy for us. If they can decide to start making the healthy version of that food, the healthy version of that snack, the healthy version of flours, we'll find out that we'll live healthier. Because there's something that really baffled me one time like that. Someone working in a monosodium glutamate company cannot eat it. And anytime you give it, you make it and use it to make food for him. He will say, Lai, I don't want to die. And I'm like, wow. But you're working there and you're making it and you're giving it to us. So you want us to die. And he will start explaining to us that, see, we don't understand. That there are times that he talks about these things, but nobody listens. I wish all these our brands will listen, all these our company will listen and start making healthy food. We know the things that we put in that snack. We know the things that we put in that food that makes it unhealthy. We know we can remove it. We don't have to make money at the expense of people's life, so that our nation can be a healthy nation. I remember in years back, we hardly find all these monosodium glutamate everywhere. We hardly find noodles. We don't even know what is called noodles until some years ago, about 30 years ago. And the first time I ate noodles, I fell ill. And my sister was telling my mom she doesn't know what happened to me. They knew that I'm not supposed to eat heavily chemical food. I felt ill. So I'm like, how can I eat something and have to go to the hospital? And since that time, I stopped it. So I've not eaten it for years. And I will never eat it till I'll die. And I won't die young. And I'll still see you in the next 20, 40, 50 years telling you the same thing and telling you that you are doing well for eating healthy. So till we meet again, I remain delightsome Oluwa Funmilayo, Oluwa Teola for me. Stay healthy, live healthy, eat healthy, and be healthy. See you later.